Well, welcome back. Winter's finally here, and I was awakened this morning by packs of fighting coyotes. Of course, our dogs were all riled up, and I had to think about my boys. I have two older boys. One's 24 and the other one's 21, and they're both out in the wild, a lot like these coyotes. And I often think, how they're doing, and it's got to be just tremendously tough to be a young man in today's society. And I think about them juxtaposed to the coyotes and what type of fights they're getting into today. Whether it's at their jobs or, with their employers or with their, social aspects. And you hear a lot of talk about, being an alpha male. Everybody wants to be an alpha male. But I don't necessarily know if a lot of people understand what that entails. Now, I always raise my boys with just a few simple guides. I think the first one starts with becoming articulate, learning to think before you speak, have a good self-presence, and a general awareness of your surroundings and the situation that you found yourself in. The other one, I always taught them to really think about their peers, who they're around. The coyote, he might not always be the strongest alpha. He might not be the smartest alpha. But I can guarantee you, he knows who's around him and what's in his environment. And I think that's really, really important for young men. When you get older, you can probably lay up a little bit and not worry about it as much. But as a young man in today's society, you're going to have to be a strong coyote. Now, gotta watch out. Fall down. We got about 10 inches of snow here. We're going to get the mail this morning. It's got a little bit of a long walk, but it's nice. It's called exercise. That's the second thing that I always taught my boys. Well, I guess it'd be the third thing I always taught my boys is do some exercise every day. A lot of the farmers around here in their 80s and 90s, that's something they do every day. They're out there putting up fence or, developing their land, chopping wood, or just doing planks and a push-up here or there. But if you take care of your body, it will take care of you. And it doesn't hurt to be strong. And I know both of my boys, my oldest one, he's more slender. I think he's around 6'2", and not really big into lifting weights and whatnot, but he does exercise. He does go to the gym here and there. My middle son, 21-year-old, he's in the military, and he's pretty much built like a brick shit house. And you think, oh, well, that might make him an alpha, right? Well, it does if he can be articulate, have good peer friends, stay in shape, and seek knowledge. I think that's something that's really important for a young man. Read some books, find successful people on, the internet, learn something new. I try to read a couple pages out of a book, if not a whole book, in a day. Depends on the size of it. But learning from other people is important. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just simply have to learn something, Could be how to plumb, basic electricity, agriculture, hunting, business. They say that one of the top things to be a successful person is to have a business. Now, myself personally, I've tried a few businesses. They failed. But I've had to adapt. Overcoming obstacles in life is not an easy thing to do, but it's doable. And the more we adapt to our failures, the more successful we become in our own ways, the more resilient we become to our surroundings. And I think that's really what makes these alpha coyotes out here successful. You know, obviously they're exercising, they're articulate with their howls. They, always running around, staying in shape. They know who their peers are. If they got a weak one in their pack, well, they boot them out. And to be honest, if you have a weak one in your pack, you should probably boot him out too, or her. You know, if they're not pulling their weight, or they don't have good plans or ideas, they're not contributing to the relationship, probably time to go before the rival pack of coyotes or some Great Pyrenees come along and take you out. And I mean, out here in nature, it's an absolute fact that the strong do survive. It doesn't necessarily mean physically the strongest, but the one who's more aware of their situation. They have the best peer groups. Got, articulate howls. And leads them to success. So, appreciate it. If you guys are young out there, be safe, be smart, know your situation, and hang in there. I know it's tough, but when you get my age and you make some good decisions, you'll be happy. Trust me. Everybody wants to be happy, but it takes time. It's not something you're going to do today. Don't think that, there's young alpha males in a pack of coyotes. And there's always stronger alpha males out there. I know I got Great Pyrenees, dog. Yeah, they tear them coyotes up. Unalive them all day long. So, be safe, be smart, get some good peers, read a book, do some exercise, and don't let the thorn and thistles keep you down.